Oh, hi, Mark. All right, so before I watched the other movie I literally just reviewed, The Beach House, I watched The Intruder, and I actually took notes for The Intruder. I should scoot over this way so you can actually see the case. The Intruder. All right. So this movie is about a couple that move into a new home, and well, the guy that sells them the home isn't quite what he seems. And by not quite what he seems, I mean he is an absolute pathological liar sociopath who is trying to basically get rid of the man in the equation and take his wife for his own and take his house back. All right, so first of all, the opening of this movie is terrible. It is. It's just... It opens with this really loud, out of place... By the way, guys, sorry for my hair. I look like I just got out of a crack house or something, but I've been laying down watching movies, so you know what? It's gonna be what it's gonna be, man. But it opens terribly. It's this weird, loud, out of place pop music, and it's just so out of place. And then it's like aerial shots of some sports car. I didn't notice what kind of sports car it was, but it was some kind of sports car, and it's going fast to a place. Well, the place is a surprise party, whatever. It doesn't matter where they were going. The point is it's super out of place. This opening is not fantastic. Personally, I think I would have liked to have seen Dennis Quaid doing some sketchy shit. Like in the opening of this movie, to kind of introduce his character and set the mood instead of pretending like this movie's going to be some odd kind of comedy. Because that's what pop music gives me vibes of. It just gives me, like, comedy vibes. And I personally think this movie would have gone... Well, I don't know if it would have gone a lot better, but it would have started a lot better. It would have left a better first impression with me had it opened with, like, Dennis Quaid doing some mildly creepy shit just to kind of give us a small taste of what he's capable of. And some ominous music, which, by the way, though the soundtrack is terrible, it is. It's completely horrid. It's all just shitty pop music. I don't like shitty pop music. I don't like shitty pop music and soundtracks. It's just not my thing. I don't like pop music. That is not my genre. And it's especially not my genre when it's in a horror film, or like a horror adjacent thriller film, and it's opening a horror film, or even just anywhere in a horror film. I think there's like 3 or 4 songs throughout this film that are just loud pop songs. Literally every real song that's in this, not just score, is a pop song, is a very loud pop song. And I'm not a fan. But the score is fine. It's more or less just cliche horror thriller score, which is... It's fine. I mean, you know, it's not the Jaws score. You know, it's not the Nightmare on Elm Street score, but it's a score. Like, it's okay. It's fine. Though, man, another thing that kind of bugged me about this movie, the main character's friend is a douche. Which kind of makes sense, because the main character's a bit of a douche, too. The main character's friend is a douche for different reasons than the main character's a douche. Scott is the main character's name. I didn't remember Megan Good's name, by the way. Like, her character's name. I don't know. I don't know what her name was in the film. But, yeah, Scott's friend. Guy's a douchebag. He's, like, out in the woods smoking cigarettes, just throws a cigarette butt on the ground. You know, and then he's talking to Dennis Quaid's character at one point, and he knows Dennis Quaid is still kind of hung up on this property, in the house, and he puts a cigarette out on a statue that he's standing next to. It's like, you're just kind of a dick. You're just sort of kind of being a dick. You know, up to that point, Dennis Quaid hadn't done anything terrible. He had just kind of been at least appearance-wise, he just kind of appeared to be like a sad old man that was kind of lonely and didn't want to leave this house where he had grown up and lived his entire life. So, yeah, the main character's friend's kind of a dick. Scott, our main male protagonist, is also kind of a dick, but that's just because he is a lying, cheating scumbag. There's a scene in this film. Actually, there's multiple scenes. There's one scene where he's flirting with the lady at, I think it was like an ice cream shop. He's totally flirting with her. And then when he gets home, he's gaslighting his girlfriend. Or gaslighting his wife. He's like, oh no, I wasn't flirting with her. Like, oh, just talk about what kind of ice cream I wanted. Bullshit. Bullshit. And then later, he texts his wife, telling her that he's working late. Apparently, they have a thing where he has to call, not text, because last time he texted her, he cheated on her. Wow, what a stand-up guy. And that's exactly what he was gonna go do, too. He's like, it's loud in there. I'm at a bar because I'm having some drinks with some business partners. No. You found a hot piece of ass and you wanted to chase it. And he backs out at like the last second because she goes to kiss him and he's like, no, I can't do this. Like, he just had this moral epiphany. Like, bro, you so would have done that. You so would have done that had your wife not called you. You would have. The only reason you're not is because your wife called you and now you're feeling guilty. So don't even give me that. Yeah, Scott is not my favorite person in this movie by any means. But all of the performances, characters aside, all of the performances were fine. I think Megan Good stands up a little bit above the other actors. She's kind of this, she's a sweet character. The unfortunate thing is she doesn't have much depth as far as her character goes. I mean, none of these guys really do. She's just a sweetheart, and that's fine. But, she plays that role well. I think she plays her role, like I said, I think her acting ability is a little bit above almost everyone else's. And then there's Dennis Quaid, who's like way up here, who just delivers a great performance. He really does. He's throughout the film, he plays this pathological liar who's a bit of a sociopath, and when he's trying to convince you that he's this, normal kind of just sweet old guy that's kind of a gee golly gosh, I'm a little lonely and my life is sad sort of thing. Like, he does that phenomenally, and he also does batshit stark raving mad very well as well. And then the next note I actually have down here is the ending of the film, which I actually do like. Dennis Quaid is chasing this couple through the house. He's battered the shit out of Scott, and he has consistently tried to grape Megan Good. He's trying to get some of that, non-consensually. And so anyway, they get him down. Megan Good stabs him in the back, and then Scott hits him in the face with a baseball bat. They get him down. He had a double-barrel shotgun that he was going through the house with, and Scott has the gun aimed at him. And Megan Good says, she calls the police, or rather 911, and they say, 911, what's your emergency? She gives him the address, and she says, my husband just shot an intruder. And she hangs up the phone, and Scott shoots him. This is an ending that's I'm okay with this ending. I'm alright with that. And then cut to credits. Yeah, okay. Alright, I'm okay with that. Seems as though Scott overcame his fear and used the thing he was afraid of to defend himself. But also, I wouldn't condone that kind of behavior in real life because they just kind of committed murder. I mean, you know, like if you had got the gun from him in some other way and you had shot him while he was still coming after you, it would have been fine. But as an ending to a movie, it's cool. I like that ending. As a real thing to do, you probably shouldn't do that. I wouldn't. I personally wouldn't. That is a very legally not sound thing to do. And then of course it ends and we get another shitty pop song. So at the end of the day, guys, I didn't hate The Intruder. I didn't love it either. But, you know, it was an alright movie. It was. I think I'm going to give it about a 6 out of 10. I think that's fair. 6 out of 10 is going to be where I'm at on this one, guys. Have you seen The Intruder? What do you think about The Intruder? So, yeah. That'll be it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed your time here, subscribe. If you hated it here, definitely don't do that. Go watch someone else's videos. It's pretty simple. And for those of you who didn't hate it here, well, I'll catch you guys on the next one.